Someone asked me to make a video about my opinion on the current state of affairs. And I told them, okay, maybe. I wonder if anybody's ever seen those Trump can't win montages, the videos on YouTube, where it appears that he just blows his opponent way out of the water. And I forget who he was running against. I'm sorry. Well, it's like the Super Bowl. Sometimes you remember the winner, but you don't ever usually remember the loser. But from what I remember, the loser was a pretty popular candidate. And Trump in I don't know, in impressive fashion, just blew his candidate out of the water. And I remember thinking, after I watched a few of those videos, I thought, that's odd. That was odd. Then a few years in, I don't know, it seemed like everything was going all right. You know, went to D.C., saw the jets fly over. Kind of cool. And then for some reason, I think this is the timeline, we cut off China. Or wait a minute, we got the Kung Flu, and then we cut off China, and then China had, and took on India. And China had some kind of skirmish with India, and then China went home. I don't, it's like China tried to invade India, and India repelled them, so they just went home. Now all this stuff is just, it's so odd. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Because those are two major empires, China and India. I think China's got, what, 1.6 billion people, and India has 1.4 billion people. What, they're just going to go fight on the border, and then, okay, we're just going to go home. It's just odd. It's bizarre. And then we're all locked down. The economy's locked down. It's shut down. There's nothing going on. People can't work. I guess they sent us a stimulus check or something. And then people figured out how to, I don't know, con into that. I don't know. And then everyone went nuts from being locked down. Everybody's locked down because some people got the flu. So, yeah, well, Florida said, screw it, we're going spring break. They still had spring break, and there wasn't no kind of crazy outbreak. And people started rioting, you know, the George Floyd thing, you know, ripping down statues, which I don't agree with, because if you destroy something's history, how do you know if it ever existed? Well, how do we know if the keys to our past aren't locked in, you know, it was erased by some shitty people? You know, we don't know. And maybe that's the missing key along the evolutionary line. We see the monkey transform from A to B to C to missing link, you know, what was there, and then from D to E to, you know, it's like, huh, well, maybe some people just destroyed that history or something. I don't know. You know, the riots are understandable. You know, people are real tired of being slaves. You know, the officers and the court systems and the system has so much power. You don't have rights. You don't have rights unless you have money that can afford a lawyer. You're just a slave. You know, and I get it. People locked down with the flu are locked down because someone was screwing with things in the world they shouldn't have been screwing with. And people got mad. They went out and they started to protest. And you know, the George Floyd thing, when you read into the history of that, it's like, well, yeah, there were things we didn't see. But then when you look at the one in Philadelphia, where those two look like two young officers opened up on Mentally deranged black man charging out of his house with a knife. A knife. Both of these dudes in Philadelphia, these officers, opened fire. I think they might have put 13, 15 bullets, rounds in the dude. And he was skinny, had dreads, man. Came out with a freaking butcher knife. You're telling me your officers can't disarm a freaking mentally deranged dude coming at you with a knife? You're coming at me with a knife unless you got some kind of training. I bet I get it from you. I bet I do. So maybe instead of putting all this money into training freaking the families of, oh, they've been around this land, so they got their families all have these citizen points, so well, let this chosen person be an officer, and why not actually have real people who have that in their blood to be officers? Why not train them to be third degree senseis? Why not give them martial arts training? So and shit to where some dude's coming out, with a knife, man. You got both of you got nines. You're gonna put 20 rounds in him? Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking put him in an armbar, break his fucking hand, take that knife. You ain't gotta fucking kill him. What the fuck's wrong with you? Oh, there's no way that this video is gonna go anywhere. I cursed too much and told too much truth. But I mean, if there was one to be rioting about, it should have been the one in Philadelphia. The George Floyd thing, yeah, got everyone going. It's like they ran out of gas. For the real one in Philadelphia, these two young punk officers opened up on this dude with a knife. I could have taken the knife from the dude. You got freaking vests on. Really? What's a dangerous weapon? You pansy ass, you shouldn't be in that job if you have that mindset. Yeah, sure. You don't know, right? What you saw was a knife. It's not like he came out of his back real quick with something that looked like a phone. If there was ever a reason to protest, probably should have been that one. But then we come back around to the election. They said, hey, Biden wins. What do you mean? Yeah. He got the electoral vote, in the key states. And, the rest of the country wants Trump. But, Biden won. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So just like it was kind of bizarre this time, if you look into it and watch those Trump won't win montages, I guess it's an eye for an eye. I don't know. I keep hearing something about a blackout in the winter. What was that? Food, water, gold, guns, and ammo type thing. I probably want to add books, propane, warm long johns, covers, things like that. Because who knows? Who knows, man? I saw a meme that said, Back to the Future. And Doc Brown is trying to tell Marty, he says, you can set this thing for anywhere except 2020. I thought that was really funny. Maybe I'll be over after the first of the year, maybe it won't. Maybe there's civil war, maybe there's not. Maybe just to mess with us, they're going to shut off the power. In which case, have your toilet paper and covers ready, man. Books, too. Because internet and video games don't work without electricity. Propane is nice. Propane is nice. So there's my video. Have a good day.